What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is January 3rd, 2019. Happy New Year to everyone out there. It was a pretty dismal 2018 for the crypto scene, but we are excited for 2019, and we are here to tell you about it. Jojo, how you doing out there, man?
I'm doing mighty fantastic. Had a tropical holiday, and now I'm back with you guys in the fine United States. But here we go. So I'm starting off the show with a Yingling. One of the best beers that needs to come further west. Can I get a yes, yes?
Yes, for sure. Nice. Ron, how you doing out there, man? I know you've been under the weather lately.
Yeah, man. I got the mother effing flu. I thought I was going to die. But alas, I did not. So here I am again. Another show, another beer, a new year. I'm ready to see some crypto magic this year. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. We want to see some crypto magic here. And I'm your host, Charlie. I am drinking a Blue Moon Winter Wheat right now, and I will be switching over to Pilsner Urquell a little later. But let's go ahead and jump into our disclaimer.
Advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other. The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor. My own opinions, and of course, hashtag BYOB. We did you? Jumping over to State of the Market, how we looking? Global market cap sitting at $130 billion, 24-hour volume of 14.4 billion. BTC dominance trickled down a little bit to 51.33%. Bitcoin sitting at number one, of course, at 3,800, up 4.34% in the 7-day. Number two is Ethereum at 149. Definitely the biggest winner in the top five in the last 7 days, up 26.42%. Number three, XRP Ripple at 36 cents, up 3.79%. Bitcoin Cash sitting at number four at $162, up 7.41%. And of course, rounding out the top five, EOS at $2.68, up 13.99 cents, not cents, percent. Anyway, going over to our gainers and losers. I know Jojo has something to say about those. Now, Joe, don't get scared. It's a little weird. It's changed. BitScreener's doing some things for the new year, and I don't know if I like it, but we're going to go with it. So, Jojo, what you got?
All right. So, yeah, it is stacked. Weird. But yeah, so anyways, for our top gainers, guys, we've got some pretty awesome things happening there. We've got diamonds, we've got cash, and we've even got playgrounds. Up at the top, we've got Metaverse ETP up 233% in the past 24 hours. Following that, we've got Bitcoin Diamond up 50.76% in the past 24 hours. And PUT, not to be confused with Putin. This is Profile Utility Token, up 44.05%. Below that, we've got a DEX leading the losers, down 71.68%, and they're looking for new. That is for new coin, but they couldn't find it because it's down there right below them, down 48.29%, and Mir coin down 45.04%. And that's what we got going on. What else we got going on, Charlie?
This Bakkt coin sitting here up 32%. Like, come on, Bakkt coin, it needs to represent like Batman or something, and it doesn't, and I'm disappointed. And this whole silent notary thing, like, aren't the whole point of a notary is to like not necessarily be silent, but like to prove something for realies? Silence? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, moving on. Market news. All the reason why you're here. Headliners. Our first headline today comes from Bitcoinist. Wow, things are loading slow today. Bitcoinist Bakkt raises $182.5 million from Microsoft and other big name investors. Holy moly, we know that Bakkt has been postponed, and we were definitely sad about it, but we understood why. But man, these are some big names joining the fun. Jojo, what are your thoughts on Microsoft and some of these other big name investors getting into Bakkt, getting into crypto?
All right, so I'm just going to dish it out honestly, and this is kind of what I'm thinking is this is just a major play by the powers that be, the Illuminati, if you will. They were actually holding off and they're delaying Bakkt on purpose because they want the people that have money to already have their money into crypto when they transition systems. So there it is, coming right back to you, Charlie.
Fair enough. Rowan, what do you got on this article?
Man, as much as I enjoy the conspiracy theories, I think this is more just to do with when they launch, they want to get it perfect. So they don't want to have like a
so they won't have to come back to it.
Exactly. Nailed it. Nail on the head. I think that's all it is. And the first like major financial, I guess it's not really publicly available. I get the first foray into futures trading for Bitcoin. It needs to be perfect because if there is something that goes wrong, it's going to make Bitcoin look even worse, especially in the, your regular news outlets.
Yeah, fair enough.
As opposed to the last futures that came out.
I mean, they've kind of janked up the market. Not gonna lie. What do you think, Joe? Will the delay hurt Bakkt and or crypto market? I mean, is that one of the reasons why we're still going down? I mean, obviously #NAFAMOVE, but how do you feel like the delay? You think it's a good thing? I mean, it still gives people time to build infrastructure for crypto and yada yada. Do you think that delay hurts or helps in the long run?
Well, I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? It delays and it hurts. The delay is going to hurt, but also build the space because one, this delay is allowing other financial institutions that are already there to join in the cause, right? Which is good and bad because that means the financial well-being of the state of the market in just overall and people, it's going to stay the same. But the other caveat to that is that it's going to actually build things up because the more that we have financial backing from other financial institutions, the more legitimate the space is. So I don't know, man. It could go either way. I think either way it's going to cut, though.
Fair enough. And Rowan, go ahead.
They raised $182 million. With all these big companies backing them, like they're going to succeed, right? So I just think that when they launch, they want to perfect it.
Oh, I just saw a ghost. Rowan, last question for you on this article. Is a launch inevitable?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah. 182 million, of course.
Fair enough. That's all I wanted to hear. Alrighty, moving on to our next article here. We have this one from coincenter.org. If you can't find the headline, don't worry. I had a problem finding the headline too. But apparently it's a bill that would clarify securities law for tokens and improve the tax treatment of cryptocurrencies was just introduced in Congress. Maybe it's not a headline because it's super long, but Rowan, you brought us this one and it's pretty interesting and definitely important. What's the deal with this article from coincenter.org?
So this is good news, or it would be good news, I guess, if it got pushed through. So the gist of it is the bill wants to amend the securities law that goes back to 1934. So what they want to do is amend the definition of a security so that digital assets have kind of their own space, so to speak. It's not quite as dramatic as like the way Russia did theirs, But what it would do is it would get rid of a lot of the tax issues. It would get rid of a lot of the issues of buying, selling, and owning what for now could possibly be seen as a security. Instead of that, it would be kind of its own thing, I guess.
Right.
It would basically create a loophole for crypto.
I mean, it makes sense solely because, I mean, crypto is, I mean, by itself, like no regulation has been able to set, this is what crypto is. So there's clearly not something that we could just put crypto in a bucket and say, this is how what we had before. This is what crypto is. So clearly crypto is something new that needs a different kind of regulation. So it makes sense that they would try to amend this in that sense. Jojo, any comments on this article?
Yeah, why you gotta put baby in a corner, you know? Like, why can't crypto just be crypto? Like, why do people have to put labels on things?
No, you're right.
Doesn't make
But
any
like,
sense.
I look at this as like an easy temporary fix until they can create all new legislation just for crypto. But this is just like putting a Band-Aid on it, so to speak, for now.
Yeah, I got you, man. I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's about time that something like this happened, and I just think it needs to go through. What are your thoughts? Do you guys think it's actually going to happen?
Did we land on the moon?
Good Lord. That is the most profound, like...
No, but we're about to.
Hey-o.
Hey-o! Hashtag to the moon, boys. All right. Anyway, we'll move on to the next article. I do want to mention Coin Center. Get your headlines together. Okay, thanks. Moving on. This one comes from Cointelegraph. Fortnite merchandise store starts exclusively accepting Monero as payment method. Heyo, the biggest game, arguably the biggest game of 2018. Actually, it's not really arguably in the sense of the people that played it and the growth. It did, I believe it won a Game of the Year award and some game awards. So, but the biggest game out there, one of the merchandise stores is accepting 1, crypto, and 2, only Monero. So this is pretty big. There's so many people that play Fortnite. It's ridiculous. I don't. I know neither one of you do. Maybe we're just out of the loop. I don't know. But Roan, what are your thoughts on them accepting 1, crypto, and 2, Monero?
Dude, what blows my freaking mind is that 125 million people play that game. That's
right?
Crazy, dude. That's a third of the population of the United States.
Pretty crazy.
In that perspective. But anyway, back to the crypto aspect. This is bleeping awesome, man. This is, and I'm a big fan of Monero as being a currency. So this is great, man. Maybe this will be the catalyst.
Yeah,
right
fair.
here.
I mean, it definitely gives more. It definitely gets more eyes on crypto and Monero in general. Jojo, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, my only thought is it's Monero. It's like a privacy token. Like, what? Who needs to hide anything? Is Fortnite going to come up with a porn site, or what's going on here?
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, in the end, it's like it's not necessarily Fortnite. Again, that's accepting.
Are they
Monero.
afraid of people that rage quit?
This actually speaks more toward Retail Row. That's the merchandise store that's accepting Monero only. So, like, what is Retail Row like trying to? Are they trying to accept Monero so that they could hide all their earnings from all the Fortnite merchandise they're selling? Like, what is going on? Like, why not just accept all of the cryptocurrencies? Why only accept Monero? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there may be some washing of things going on. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag Nafamu, hashtag we don't know. Don't hate us. This is just speculation.
I just look at this as finally a crypto is being treated like a currency. That's how I look at this.
I mean, you're absolutely not wrong, but the fact they chose Monero throws up some flags. Not necessarily red flags, but just flags in general.
I just thought of this. The digital assets that you're buying, like an outfit or whatever you buy,
Yeah.
are those two considered securities?
That's a great question. We need to pose that question to the SEC. We need to
If
talk
so,
about
if a girl buys underwear in Fortnite or a video game just in general, is that technically still secure and called a chastity belt?
it. Oh my God, we're gonna go off
What?
that.
What if
so
somebody
hold on.
pays for
No,
an
we're
abortion?
done.
in
We're done.
crypto?
We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We are not getting into that. Real quick, I did want to mention a couple things with this. As Cointelegraph reported in October, cybersecurity firm Malwarebytes found that scammers were using malware targeting the Bitcoin wallet addresses of Fortnite gamers. And the free V-Bucks also conceal malicious packages of code. And the only reason I'm mentioning any of this is that people that play Fortnite, whatever your age is, things are not free. You cannot, the programs you buy or you download online that say free stuff for Fortnite, just be wary. You are most likely downloading a virus or malware that is trying to get your information. So please be careful out there. Nothing is for free in this world. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go ahead and move on to our next article. This one comes from Bitcoinist again. Tony Robbins explains how Bitcoin works to his 3 million followers. Hot damn! 3 million!
I think you said it right. Hot damn. Did he run over a bed of Bitcoins?
I mean, who knows how many Bitcoins Tony Robbins actually has? Maybe that's a question we could pose to him. But Jojo, I mean, what are your thoughts on Tony Robbins' Team Tony, I guess is what they're called, putting out apparently a fairly good Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin review. And they explain it pretty well according to this article. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, man, for the viewers out there and the listeners, I actually describe myself as more of an introvert, hence doing a vlogcast or podcast via my own home. But so all extroversion aside, Tony Robbins actually has a huge following. And for everyone that's out there, he's in more things than a lot of people are. Real estate ventures, all this other stuff, a lot of stuff going on. Who knows? He may be the next Trump.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I meant in like the size and scalability of his work.
Fair enough.
Not the personal aptitude, but like I think it's awesome. And for the fact that a lot of people really want to buy into Tony Robbins' story and how he came to be and what his practices actually mean. It's kind of elevating yourself to a new level and becoming that next person, that better person from who you are. So there's a lot of people out there that have probably heard him and all right, well, what's Coinbase? I need to start researching this. I need to start looking at this. I need to figure out how things are going here. That's just 3 million years, man, that crypto may not have reached yet. And I'm pretty excited about it.
Heard that. Rowan, what you got?
Dude, so I actually have some inside info about this from our friend of the show, conspiracy theorist Randy. Now, Randy told me that Tony Robbins, he did not listen to his own advice and he FOMO'd last January. And now he's down. And he wants Bitcoin to go back up. Nafamu, you didn't hear that from me.
Is Randy dandy?
I'm just the messenger.
Fair. I wasn't even ready for that. I don't even know what to say about that.
That would be crazy. That's the world's most mastermind shill of all time.
Right? And that's fine. Honestly, I mean, let's be honest. It works. And in the end, they get 3 million people to look into crypto because in the end, do you want to listen to one person? No, you want to do your own research. Hashtag DYOR. Wow, I had to think about that for a second. Anyway, quick story on this. I actually went to a Tony Robbins seminar. I was invited by my mother, actually, to go to a Tony Robbins thing. And you know what? Like,
I didn't know you had a mom, dude.
shut up. In the end, like, I mean, he does get you feeling good. I don't know if I believe in everything that he says, but he certainly is good at making you look at the bigger, better picture that could be out there. So, I mean, I feel like he's certainly a salesperson. I guess to be honest, he's a salesperson. He knows how to sell himself, and he knows how to sell what he talks about. There is that, and it's exciting to see, regardless of his intent. It's nice to see him throw out crypto to his followers and trying to educate his followers, regardless, again, of his intent. Who knows? We won't go into that. But yes, hashtag NAFAMU, hashtag learn about crypto. That should be your New Year's resolution. It says right there on the screen. What is your New Year's resolution? If you don't have a New Year's resolution yet, and it's already the 3rd, you need to get a New Year's resolution, and it could be, you know what? I'm going to learn about crypto this year. There you go. Boom. Crypto Brew Show giving you a New Year's resolution for 2019. Go learn about crypto with us.
You got to take steps. Exactly like a blockchain.
Thank you for that visual, Joseph. Alrighty, our last article today comes from Cointelegraph. Nasdaq-Powered exchange to launch EU-regulated tokenized stock trading. Hello, tokenized stocks, Nasdaq, EU. Joe, is the EU beating us in this? Is the EU leading the way in tokenized stock trading? What is happening, Joseph?
I mean, completely honest, STOs, tokenized stocks, everything else, there's been so much like utilization of those terms in the space these days. I think honestly, it's kind of just buzzword at this point. Yeah, NASDAQ is coming out with a powered exchange to launch these EU regulated tokenized stocks. But at the end of the day, those stocks are already owned, right? So even if they're in the token space, there's still already money that's already in there. This is about like finding the new aspects and the innovation in the industry. And this is just taking us a couple steps back. I mean, I guess in essence, it makes sense because we want to bring those stocks to the token exchanges so that can hyper actively propel the crypto space into the future. But still, I don't know. I feel like NASDAQ, EU, buzzwords, man. It may be cannon fodder for something else.
Fair enough.
I agree 100%. Like a stock is essentially already a token, and a token is essentially already a stock. It, like in a way, right? Like you're already putting a like digital asset, so to speak, toward a real value, like a real world value. And all you're doing is stacking those one on top of the other. Seems kind of like unnecessary. I don't know. I think it's just what Joe said, buzzwords. But if those buzzwords are good for crypto, then I'll take it.
Fair enough. We're running short on time, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. We're going to go ahead and jump over to our Beer of the Week. Jojo, I know you have something to say about Yingling, America's oldest brewery. What you got, Joe?
All right. So for those of you on the West Coast, you've never heard of this beer. And there's a sad reason behind that, and that's because Yuengling hasn't picked up the pace yet. But anyways, enough with bashing Yuengling, because there's nothing really to bash. Yuengling is a phenomenal beer. It is one of the world's, actually America's oldest brewery. It came about in 1829, started out as the Eagle Brewery, but from its roots, it has maintained this traditional lager and for those of you on the East Coast, you may look at this beer as like a Coors Light, a Miller Lite, a Budweiser. For us on the West Coast and the mid states, we're going to tell you you're wrong. This is a phenomenal beer, super rich characteristics, one of the best ambers that I've ever had. 4.5 alcohol by volume, only 140 calories for you guys out there that are worried about your figure. But it's amazing. It has a medium body. It actually has a genuine characteristic to it, just like the Heart of America. And I'm just going to try it out here and tell you what I think.
I know what you think already.
Wonderful in its essence.
It's so like crisp and refreshing, isn't it? Like it's
It
so
is
good.
so good. Thank you, Oaks. Oaks is not here right now, but Oaks is the first to have introduced us to this beer. And thank you, good sir.
Yeah,
I love you.
absolutely. And they have plenty of different styles. I know, don't you have a black and tan over there as well, Jojo? I think you do.
Yeah, I do. So they have black and tan. They have a golden pilsner, and they're all fantastic brews. The other thing about it too is I didn't get to tell you guys, but if you follow my Twitter account at crypto grandma, you would have seen that I went on the most epic of beer runs. I went 4 hours to Shreveport, Louisiana, which is the closest to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, to pick up Yuengling, and I ended up picking up 196 beers.
Yes, and it was awesome.
Yuengling.
It was awesome, and you gave me some, and I drank them all before we could do a show. So there's that. Yingling, please, for the love of all that is holy, come to Texas. Come back to Texas, even though you've never been here before.
Yeah, we need to have Bowling for Soup write a song for him.
Alrighty. Anyway, that's Yingling. If you happen to be on the East Coast and you're out there, dude, get some Yingling. You probably already know what it is if you're out there on the East Coast, but I mean, it is delicious. It is awesome, and 100% definitely a delicious beer to drink. So there is that. Moving on to our question of the week, and this ends up turning out to be the question of the last couple weeks. We've been extremely busy, and we apologize for the lack of shows in the last couple of weeks with the holidays and everything. But we will go with the question of our last show, which happened to be this: what is the 7-day percentage gain in Binance Coin, BNB? I said it was going down 4.32%. Jojo was optimistic in the market, which apparently that was a great idea and thought. Hashtag NAFAMU. He said it was going to go up 9.64%. And Roan said it was going to go down 6.2%. And 3 weeks later, Jojo was right on the money. Right on the... Well, pretty damn close anyway. Joe?
Yuengling.
Cheers.
I am the wiener because of Yuengling.
Cheers to that. It was up 10.85% here in the last 7 days. So there is that. Jojo gets the virtual brew. Our question of next week: does Bitcoin break the 4K mark by next week? We are on the up and up. Ooh. Do we think that Bitcoin will surpass 4K? Roan, since you had the nice ooh there, do you think Bitcoin is going to hit 4K by next week?
Nay, it will not.
Fair enough. Jojo, what you got? Joe?
Joe Ham.
Joe?
Joe Ham.
Joe, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna side on the side of Roan there, and I'm gonna say it doesn't.
Wow, there's a lot of doubt.
I think.
What?
I think we still got some time on our hands.
You know what? I think we test. In the next week. So I'm gonna say yes. We touch just the tip. I'm not saying we're gonna stay there, but I bet we touch. So I'm gonna say
Well,
yes.
see, that's the thing. If we touch, man, and we don't keep going up, that sucks. So I hope we don't touch it. I hope we don't touch tips because I want to just go full on intercourse with BTC.
It's hard to go back. Once you touch tips, there's
hashtag never movement. I mean, you're not wrong, but I will stick with my answer. All right. So the last thing we got to say is our giveaway. We had a giveaway during the holidays. And don't worry, we haven't forgot about you. If you entered, thank you so much. The giveaway is over. And we will have a video coming out in the next few days about us picking our winners. We have 3 swag bags to give away that have a t-shirt, some stickers, some koozies, some hats. Pretty awesome. So look out for that video. We will have that coming out here in the next few days and see if you are one of the winners. Thank you so much for everybody supporting us, following us, subscribing to us. We really appreciate it. And hey, we'll have more giveaways to come. But that is all for the show. Roan, any last minute comments, concerns?
I just want to say, I believe that the Cowboys are going to beat the Seahawks. But even more importantly, I really do think 2019 is going to be the most exciting year for crypto to date. And we are going to keep you updated on all of the latest news, all the important stuff, all the breaking news that is going to make or break crypto. And I don't know, I guess it's coming of age. So stay tuned, guys.
The flippanine.
Jojo, any last minute thoughts?
No, yeah, I mean, I think Roan said it all. And MIT actually came out with a study saying that this year is going to be mundane for cryptocurrency. But, we all really don't like MIT. And how about them apples? Them black and tan apples. All right. They will keep them cold.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. This has been the Crypto Brew Show. Thanks for watching. Check out cryptobrew.show for more videos. And if you'd like to support the show, make sure you like and subscribe to our videos. We will be here next week. We will see you next week. Cheers.
Peace.
Once you go black, you don't go back.